In race 2, the drivers lined up in the order they finished the shortened race 1.
So we've switched sides for the start of this race. Stokel from the opposite side takes the lead. Chris Alajarjan using dirt, racetrack, grass, anything.
Anything he could to get to the front, and obviously got a very good launch from a few rows back and got himself up into third now, so a little bit taily going into turn 2. Luckily, front-wheel drive car, all you need to do is nail the throttle and let it pull it straight.
So Paul Stokel has the lead. Luff is second. Then it's Chris Alajarjan. Sean Carter is right in there as well. And with these front-wheel drive cars, rear tyre temperature is so hard to achieve.
Well, it doesn't happen, so obviously all the steering, majority of the braking and all the power going through the front tyres. The rear tyres are just following in their front tyres tracks. We go on board with Sean Carter, and one of the trademarks of mini racing this year is the nice close battle, and we see there Sean getting through.
Chris Alajarjan up to second. He's through on Warren Luff. Sean Carter out through the dirt and the grass, but we'd expect Alajarjan to be quick because he's carrying no weight ballast.
Alajarjan finished race 1 in 6th place, so that does not give you any penalty ballast, so he's going to charge through the front of the field. As we see now, Dean Canto, as we can see that sticker on the back of his rear window saying 30 kg, so he's got some success ballast on, but still managing to go forwards.
In car with the young Victorian, who just shoots straight back down. Of course, Canto's carrying 20 more kilograms. Carter gets a good run, and that's the result.
Well, with a car that's so small like the Minis, any sort of weight like that makes a massive advantage, and that was a very graphic example of what only 20 kilos can do to the performance of these cars.
Fight for the lead. Turn 3, Alajarjan not afraid to go the outside option. He's trying to get through on the reigning champion, and he's got serious pace because he just doesn't weigh as much as Paul Stokel's car. He'll eat him alive.
This is Paul Stokel's worst nightmare. The championship leader has fought back. He's got no penalty ballast, and here he is racing for the lead. Stokel back up the inside, though. Great job into turn 4.
Alajarjan looking for the switch back to turn 5. It's on again, and Alajarjan, this time, though, goes for the inside.
He's on the right side of the road. We can see the bumps on the brakes into turn 3. Chris has gone very, very deep. Well, he manages to get it stopped. Stokel's going to try the over and under move, but what that will do is actually position him on the wrong side of the road going up towards turn 4.
And this weight, it hurts everywhere. Under brakes, under acceleration, turning the car at the corner. You just don't escape it, do you?
Well, what it does, it provides great racing because the guys at the lead, sure, they've got a penalty, so they can't race away. You see here, Stokel, he's trying to keep as much momentum up as he can.
Chris Alajarjan from 6th on the grid. It's been a tough start to the weekend, but this is a really nice way to bounce back. No weight ballast on board, and Alajarjan will cruise to the win in race 2. Importantly for Stokel, he finishes 2nd. Luff, Carter and Canto, the top 5. Gavin York flying the flag for the Kiwis in 6th place. Chris Wooten rounding out the top 10.
This is round 3 of the Hertz Mini Challenge, delivered by Pizza Capers from Queensland Raceway. For race 3, series champ Paul Stokel was desperate to reel in Chris Alajarjan's extending championship lead.
Off and running to turn 1. Alajarjan inside, Stokel outside. And it's not a place you want to be.
No, certainly not. As the rest of the field fall into line through turn 1, but we can see quite graphically on the run down there the bumps that these cars are bouncing over, as we see Stokel now trying to go around the outside at turn 2. Couldn't get the job done as they bounce their way out of turn 2 for the run down to turn 3.
Check out the bucking Broncos on the exit of 2, and look at them all covering the inside at turn 3. Gavin York, the Squawking Magpie Wines Mini from New Zealand, he's the only Kiwi. He's got 15 Aussies around him.
That's right. There's a bit of trans-Tasman rivalry going on, but Chris Alajarjan out in front, leading a freight train of minis. All 5 of them got away cleanly now, and the run up to turn 4. Alajarjan now has his success ballast on, based of winning race 2 yesterday. It's enabled him to get up to the front, but now he has to race Paul Stokel on a more even keel.
Warren Luff running 3rd, under pressure from Sean Carter. It's not Warren's first time in Mini Challenge. Co-drove for Grant Denyer at Townsville last year, but this is the first time he's had his own car for a full weekend, and he's a bit of a one-make racing specialist in past years.
That's right. He goes all the way back to the Suzuki Swift Championship that was held in the mid-90s and was very fast in that. See here, Canto getting up the inside of Sean Carter for the run-up onto the front straight. And 2x2 racing, very, very much a trademark of the Minis. Sean Carter on board now. We can just about look over and touch. We can adjust Dean Canto's mirror for him if we really needed to.
I don't think he'd appreciate that somehow. Luff goes through on Stokel for second. Canto through on Carter. But all the while, these four are fighting. Alajarjan's driving away.
He is. So Alajarjan, exactly what he would have hoped for. Wants to get his head down now. Some nice clean laps and enable him to get away from these battling pack for second place.
And all of the drivers who come from V8 supercars and the Light to Mini Challenge, the one thing that gets their attention is about now. The brakes are awesome.
They are small cars, big brakes relative to what they are. I see Canto tried to go a bit late on the brakes there, actually, so really trying to maximise the braking capability of these cars. We see now, actually, Peter McNiven's made the gap over towards the front running pack, and now he's looking up the inside.
He's picked up the backing of supercharged batteries for the rest of 2010. It's been a big surprise packet, the Victorian, in this championship. Now he's down the inside on Sean Carter, and that's a move that he's going to be able to pull off. It's on, down to turn 3. Sean Carter trying to get back at Peter McNiven. He's gone very deep in there and wiped out Dean Canto.
Poor Dean Canto doing nothing wrong there. Sean Carter just way too late on the brakes in the turn 3.
John Magro under pressure from Chris Wooden. The fight for 7th and 8th. I'm hearing tyres squealing. I'm not seeing a car. Oh, there it is. Peter McNiven facing the wrong way and finds reverse too.
Trying to do the old Knight Rider flick turn and get it going again.
Gavin York under fire here. John Magro closing in. The Kiwi has it stepped out at turn 1. And with the front-wheel drive car, the best way to get out of that, keep it nailed. A last-minute deal this weekend for Sarah Harley from here in Queensland, debuting in the Mini Challenge, driving a car run by McElrea Racing, which is also running the car that Warren Luff's driving this weekend. We go on board with Peter McNiven. And of course, the top speed, less than a V8 supercar, but the braking distance is a lot different.
Much, much shorter braking distance. Probably braking around the 100-metre mark down at turn 3 there, whereas in the supercar, it's more like 150 metres. So that's how they generate their lap speed. It's all about late braking and keeping up corner momentum.
Peter McNiven has come from driving an ex-V8 supercar in the V8 Touring Car Series in Victoria. He's come from nowhere and is competing for the championship. It's quite amazing.
Well, some driving styles really suit this type of car, and a momentum-based driving style like you see in a Mini doesn't necessarily work in a V8 supercar, so certainly Peter's found something that really agrees with what he's driving.
Down into turn 6, this is the final corner. Harley runs wide, that car goes straight ahead, and it did not slow down, bounces off the tyre barrier, and up and over it goes. Red flag, this race will be stopped. Let's have a look again. And this was a strange one.
It was very strange to just see a little bit of a wiggle on the car as it went to turn in, but there's no slowing down of that car. I would imagine there's some sort of ABS brake failure or something failed us there, because that car did not wash off any speed before it hit that tyre barrier.
Let's have a look again from on board with McNiven. Brakes go on. Car doesn't slow down. Sarah realises quickly it's not stopping, avoids the car in front. That was a good job, and then she's a passenger. The tyre wall does its job.
Yeah, I was coming into turn 6, and you know, I realised that I was having a problem, so I just wanted to try and avoid the other car that was ahead of me, and then I knew I was in the grass, and I knew the wall was coming, so I thought we just got to brace for this, and I just sort of dealt with it, and I knew it was bigger than I'd had before, and I thought, yeah, this is going to hurt, and before I knew it, on the lid, but it's just a testament to the cars that an impact like that, it's going to happen in motorsport, but yeah. I'm happy to have it behind me.
For the second time this weekend, a race was cut short. Chris Alajarjan making it 2 from 3, one race to go.